Do you know that you can think in 4 dimensions, exploring the power of 4-dimensional thinking and how it can alter your reality? In this video, we'll delve into the depths of this intriguing concept, unraveling its secrets and discovering how it can lead to a more fulfilling and transformative life. 4-dimensional thinking. Think about a world beyond the boundaries of the present time, where the mind goes back to the past and into the future. This is all about 4-dimensional thinking. Thinking beyond immediacy and into endless possibilities. It takes a step further than usual, presenting a point of view that can improve decisions and relationships. Remember those times when you have felt trapped and couldn't even imagine what lay ahead? Such limitations can be broken by utilizing 4-dimensional thinking. Adopting such a way of thinking opens up a vault of creativity. The problem is with what could have been, not with what is. Consider this: not one of the great inventors, artists, or any visionary was bound by what is. They saw a future that other people could not see. That is why thinking in 4 dimensions is that powerful, an avenue to a more meaningful living. So what about our everyday experiences and this kind of thinking? The role of 4-dimensional thought in transformation. The impact of 4-dimensional thinking. Studies indicate that having such a 4-dimensional approach may benefit mental and physical health. This leads to a reduction of stresses and anxieties and ultimately health. It's not just about adding life, but living longer. Reflect on how this might affect your objectives. However, it is real transformations that occur after we choose the goals of distant time frames. 4-dimensional thinking leads us towards these aims, which direct us from the present into the future. This mentality involves breaking away from limiting beliefs of what they can achieve. What if you would release those thought patterns that hold you back? This is a journey of discovering the inner self and realizing the influence that your thoughts have in creating your world. This is not an escapist call, but a call to engage in shaping reality actively, doing good for society, for yourself, and the world in general. 4-dimensional thinking acts as an engine that propels us to go beyond the ordinary and accept the extraordinary. How to think in 4 dimensions. With this knowledge concerning 4-dimensional thinking, let's discuss some strategies for incorporating this outlook into our lives. Mindfulness serves as this anchor, grounding us in the present, even as our thoughts reach back and forward in time. Start with practicing mindfulness regularly. It could be meditation, deep breathing, or just being there in each of your deeds. These practices help to develop the consciousness that goes beyond the present. Another key feature of 4-dimensional thinking is long-term goal setting. How would you describe your aspirations in terms of upcoming months, years, or maybe decades? When you visualize and strive for these targets, your acts correspond to the future which goes beyond today's bounds. Try new things. Look for moments that take you away from your comfort zone. It is during this that we find a new avenue of thinking, because it is in the unknown. Accepting the unknown nurtures flexibility in thinking and broadens your way of thinking. Thinking in 4 dimensions starts with self-awareness. Therefore, take time for introspection, whereby you acknowledge and challenge beliefs that limit your progress. Recognize the stories you tell yourself and see how they make or break your reality. The role of positive affirmations in rewiring your thoughts. Saying these repeatedly prepares the mind to think the 4-dimensional thinking and the way it is supposed to work. The affirmations act to tell us that there is always more beyond the present challenge and that we have the abilities and potential. One needs to create a habit of 4D thinking. Such repetition will strengthen these practices in the thought process such that they become second nature to you. In doing so, you will discover that 4-dimensional thinking is a concept and a way of life. By adopting these practical tips in your daily life, you begin to explore yourself as well as your world. Thinking in 4 dimensions is not a one-off experience. It is an ongoing developmental process. Navigating challenges with 4-dimensional thinking. The passage is made up of trials, and one cannot live without these problems. 4-dimensional thinking gives us the unparalleled ability to tackle all these challenges. Don't just feel intimidated by current hardship, but see that as a part of your whole life's path. When faced with a setback, ask yourself, can I relate it to my life story in general? It makes you treat challenges as temporary episodes, not permanent barriers. In that way, you build up resilience and endurance. Think about your future self. What will I, the myself, 5 years from now? The 4th dimension of thinking entails choosing decisions that enhance your health in the future. It's about setting yourself up for a life of contentment and meaning. Remember, change is constant. 4-dimensional thinking involves adapting to changing situations. See change not as a threat, but as another opportunity to grow. With this, you become the designer of your fate, directing your life towards a preferred direction. 4-dimensional thinking can help you consider the relationships in your life. What are some ways that you could fortify relationships through interactions today? Investing time and energy into meaningful relationships makes life richer and more rewarding. The timeless wisdom of 4-dimensional thinking. This type of thinking is known as 4D thinking, and as we go deeper into it, should acknowledge the timeless wisdom that is embedded in it. Thinking far ahead beyond the present moment was emphasized by many ancient philosophies and spiritual teachings. For example, take mindfulness as a principle in Eastern philosophical thoughts. Zen and meditation teach that one needs to be present but conscious of the present's temporary nature. These age-old practices are compatible with the core of 4-dimensional thinking. Among existentialist thinkers such as Jean-Paul Sartre in Western philosophy, people were urged to look into the effect of their actions in the future. In essence, existentialism challenges us to see our lives within the larger dimension of existence, the sort of thinking that has the equivalent value of thinking in 4 dimensions. Besides this, many indigenous cultures also view all things as being a part of a single whole that extends across the bounds of time and space. In essence, 4-dimensional thinking acknowledges the relationship between past, present, and future and how they influence our reality. Hence, with due consideration of the knowledge offered by distinct philosophies, it is not novel to claim that a person thinks in a 4-dimensional fashion. It tells us in a nutshell that as human beings, we are not limited by our present. We can delve into the deep unknown, unleashing creativity through 4-dimensional thinking. The relationship between 4-dimensional thinking with creativity will be discussed now. In essence, creativity means seeing what others can't. Creativity, in the domain of 4-dimensional thinking, is an inevitable outgrowth of perspective change through time. For instance, the famous inventor Nikola Tesla, despite the challenges that his era presented, he displayed a mind that looked ahead of time in his visionary ideas such as alternating current electricity. The fact that Tesla could always think 4-dimensionally enabled him to be the man to change the world of technology and power. It is at this point that our minds expand and creativity flows freely. Through linking the past events, current conditions, and desired objectives, we expose a large field for creative thinking. It is about seeing how ideas evolve over a period and realizing that revolutionary ideas can be born out of it. Allow yourself to explore for a change and unlock the powers of creative four-dimensional thinking, probe deep into your thought processes and go beyond the immediate, the questions what if and why not. Open pathways into uncharted territories of imagination. Challenge conventional wisdom. Alternatively, it is frequently where such creative ideas become revealed that we challenge the status quo. Four-dimensional thinking fosters leaving the box and leads to innovative ideas. Incorporate diverse perspectives. Diverse ideas from different fields of knowledge, cultures, and points of view. Pollination of ideas from various dimensions of thought promotes innovations and builds creativities in your mind. Allow creativity to be your guide as you delve into the wonders of four-dimensional thought. It's not only about solving the problems, but rather a view of a world which is far beyond a common perception of the world of unlimited possibilities created by your imagination. Balancing four-dimensional thinking with present action. The advantages of four-thinking are evident, but it is crucial to seek equilibrium between present action. Today is the canvas upon which tomorrow is painted, and what you do in the present will determine what your story will be. However, as we delve into thought in four dimensions, remember that mindfulness towards the now is of paramount importance. Visualize yourself traveling to a four-dimensional thinking which will serve you as a compass, while your acts in the present keep you going. Define your daily intentions based on what you want to achieve in the future. It is the combination of thoughtful planning and immediate action that takes you towards your desired future. The flow notion suggests that you enjoy what you do because your skills fit with the challenges and time disappears. The existence of such a state of flow manifests the confluence of four-dimensional thought and the current actions. Momentum is generated when you are immersed in what you do right now and you see a vision for your future. Also, small and repeated efforts should not be overlooked. The stitches on that tapestry are what you do in the present tense, and thinking in four dimensions is simply reflecting upon the grand tapestry of your life. Every little act makes up a larger story that will become the grand masterpiece of your life. Balance is the key. Appreciate the depth of the present as you look toward the vast horizon of the future. In this complex equilibrium, the interaction between four-dimensional thought and present action will become a driving force for a meaningful and satisfactory life. Overcoming challenges in four-dimensional thinking. Four-dimensional thinking is no bed of roses. However, as you start this transformational process, you need to note how you can address various challenges along the way. One of the challenges includes resistance to change. Familiarity could also hinder us from thinking outside the box. Therefore, begin with small yet achievable actions or goals. Incorporate four-dimensional thinking in bits into your everyday routine. This can even be something as basic as dedicating a few minutes every day to be mindful or taking down future aspirations. The resistance to change gets reduced when the employee understands these practices and becomes familiar with them. Fear of the unknown is the other issue. Thinking forward entails exploring unexplored lands, and uncertainty can be daunting. See uncertainty as the spark that leads to development. Unknown is not a space one should run away from, but an uncolored board to your drawing strokers. The other stumbling block is limiting beliefs. There is a potential that can limit our thinking because of the narratives we tell ourselves as to what is possible. By consciously accepting these beliefs and refocusing your thoughts, you can start challenging these lies. Change limiting stories into uplifting affirmations based on four-dimensional thinking. Additionally, find a supportive community. It is advisable to engage with people who have like-mindedness with growth and exploration. Consequently, talking with fellow thinkers gives you power, enlightenment, and purpose as you go through the thinking process. If you're still watching, I would like to thank you for your attention. If you found this video inspiring, please take a moment to help us spread the message of spirituality by sharing this video with someone who may need it. Feel free to leave your thoughts below. Stay mindful and embrace the present moment. Until next time.